All right, what's going on? This is a test with the best. You know where we at, right? Here, I got that extra bass in the voice. Nah. You remember a long time ago? I was like, if you listening to what I'm saying, what's the key? And it's like there's an X on the tree. Well, they cut the tree down, but yeah, man. It is a nice day. I slept 8.8 hours. I don't know what that 8.8. That's what it said, 8.8. I don't know what that means. Well, I guess it means I slept good. I slept good. But I was out here yesterday in what do you call it? See, I don't know how people be doing that with this stuff. I guess they got money or whatever. 'Cause I wouldn't. It was a hedgehog, groundhog hole or whatever, beaver hole. I don't know. But they be shoving their shit all the way down there, getting all scratched up. But man, either I'm gonna be coming back with a vengeance or I wasted a lot of money. This morning I bought the attachment so I can connect my wireless headphones to the 360. I also got this wireless battery charger for my batteries. But I don't know if I'm gonna be doing anything because 28th I start school. But again, as I was saying yesterday, you gotta make time what you believe in. And I do believe in my craft. But it's hard to get momentum, man. Like when I was doing it back in the day, I just did it. There was no views, there was no monetization. There was nothing. I was just doing it to do it. I had a dream. Now, I got other dreams, but the path, I don't see this being the thing. Like, right now, I'm doing school, right? Once I get my degree, get my teacher certificate, which are kind of exclusive. I can get a degree right now, or I can get a teacher certificate, boom, or I can just keep doing what I'm doing and get my master's, or I don't have to do anything, but, you know, doing what I'm doing. So when I get these things and they all come together, I'll get a pay bump, practically double. So I'll be living large and in charge, I guess. But then most likely I'll be at another school working extra hard for that large and in charge. It's always going to be this ebb and flow, right? So if I don't figure out how I'm gonna schedule or do something, I'm gonna live a life of I wish I would've, coulda, shoulda. Now the thing is, when I was in Japan, I just always just focus on. One time I was doing videos every day, different themes. I was a pioneer. Y'all know if you watch me, I was a pioneer. And I was doing things nobody was doing. Like for example, I did a tech review when I got my first wireless mic. And I was like, look, I'm standing here. Look, I'm standing there. The qualities. And I remember getting a dislike. Why are you disliking me? I'm just, probably was the company, like, look at this guy hating on us. Product placement. Remember when I used to put the stickers on my headphones? Product placement. I was doing all that shit. I just didn't know. I didn't know. But product placement. This coat, this is original. This is a classic. When I came back from Japan, my mom's like, "Can I have that coat?" I'm like, sure. You don't say no to your moms, right? It was a one-off, no? But, you know, when she passed, and I was looking through the cupboard, the closets and all that, I saw it, like, oh, that's my coat. I was rocking it. It's been 3 years. I just came back from the grave. It said 2022. That's officially when Japan died too. It was like 2 deaths. My mom passed, and Japan died. But I knew then and there I'm not coming back anytime soon. for 3 years. If you've been watching, you know, I'm in good spirits. You know, when I first came back, it was crappy. And if you want to see that, you can watch the videos. I still have them up and all. But it sucked. Now I'm in a good spot. I think for me, what it is I need to be able to have things like when I was in Japan. I was like, oh, one day I'm gonna get partnership. That was my goal, and I was aiming for it. And then it was when I finished grad school, and then for a little bit it's like when I level up my Japanese, and then it was when I become a photographer, when I find models. So when I came back from Japan, I didn't have anything really to focus on. Like when I find peace, when I find my way. But now I got grad school. That's like a year from now. The practice test, I'm gonna try to do it in the summer, like in August, to see how that goes. Maybe I'll pass it on the first go. Probably not. I'm probably gonna have to get the book right now so I can practice. That's just one more thing I gotta do. What else? Teaching. Right now I got a play I'm working on, so I'm kind of focused on that. So yeah, man. Oh, Piscatello. So I was thinking, if you're watching and you're like a handyman or woman, I need to make a door for, we're doing Frozen Junior, so we need a door. So the first thought was, I'll just buy a door from Amazon. But I don't want no damn real door. So then it hit me, I can make like a cardboard door or a plastic door or some shit like that. So I chat GPT'd it and it gave me like the specs. But I don't want to be drilling and being like handy man. Because we could probably pull it off with like plastic or some shit. So I'm gonna stop at Hobby Lobby later on. But if you guys are like professional with door making, you got some advice for me, hit me up. What else? So yeah, I got my hair cut yesterday. I hate going to the barbers. One, it just feels like overpriced. I paid $42, right? Shave my head, shave me up. And I never feel like they do a good job. He's like, so, anything else I could do for you, sir? And I'm like, I don't know, is it done? Back in the day, you used to have the pictures. If I look like the picture, then you're done. I don't know, and I don't like being in the chair. Now this barber shop is kind of cool because there's never anybody in there. It's like an empty barber shop, so you don't get all that barbershop talk. And they don't play music, or if it's like really whatever. And they seem to be young, so they be doing young stuff. Like yesterday, there was a girl barber, this black guy barber, and this Spanish-looking barber. I don't know their ethnicities, but that's their genders and races, right? So I walk in, and then the black guy is just like, hello there! Like he said it just like that. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, I bet you didn't see me in the corner. I'm like, I saw you. Like, because I was hiding. Like, that's how he was. And then my barber, who I picked the same guy because at least we're not going through to what like asking me shit. Why would I know that shit? I get into a chair, but he didn't remember me because he's like, so you want me to fade it? I don't know. Do what you did last time. I'm like, I don't. And then there was a girl barber, which I've never been cut by a girl. Well, in Japan, I had that $10 cut, which you get what you pay for. So sometimes it was a female, but not in the States. But so he's like, I get into the chair, and then he's just like, I don't know what he said, but he said, and then the girl barber, she's like, you want to go home because your balls stink? And he's like, what? Pause. It's like, that's what I heard. He's like, no, I want to go home because I'm exhausted. So that's kind of how they are. So it's chill. And then the black barber guy, he was doing that new thing. I'm finally done for feet. I can't, like, you know the one with the. So I'm kind of in that video. At the end, I'm like, can I see your video? 'Cause I wanted to see how much I was in that video. But yeah, man, it seems like I should just learn how to cut my own damn hair. That way I ain't, because it's $43. I give like a 20% tip. But $43. If I go 4 times, that should be the cost about one decent. I have a thing, but it's useless once my hair grows out like an inch. Then I'm sitting there where whatever he had, he just. Because some of my friends, I've never seen them with any hair on their head. I know they don't have hair or they're bald or whatever, but I ain't never seen them because they just get. And I know they ain't going to the barbershop every day. Maybe I should ask them. Maybe they won't tell me. You know how people be. But yeah, I felt fresh and clean and nice. I went to Wawa and got a Wawa pizza. It's alright. I probably won't get it again. But I felt, straight out from the barbershop. I'm like, can I get my pizza? She's like, you can get your pizza. Versus normal, I'm just like, can I get my pizza? Like, I feel new and fresh and brand new. Just a haircut. But 2 things that someone said to me the other day, today and yesterday, that are like, what? So my nephew, he's now he's gonna hate me, I forgot. But he's just, I know nothing about it. But he was pledging to be in a fraternity, and last Wednesday, a week, not this Wednesday, but the week before, he got in. And purple, they wear purple. So he was the only one on the line because the other 2 quit. So he held it down by himself. So my brother asked me if I would want to go. I'm like, sure. And then the day of, he's like, can you videotape, take some pictures? Now I'm at school, which meant I had to go home and charge everything and then leave. There was no way I was going to charge everything. So I had to buy batteries, and I went to CVS, and I didn't want the cheap shit. If I'm buying batteries, I want shit that's going to last. So I got, I paid like $35 for the batteries. Not rechargeable, just regular old batteries. Now, mind you, I have rechargeable. I was told the day of. So then, and I have memory cards, but I don't know where I put them. The little tiny ones. And sometimes I use, I got a bunch of different things I can use them in. So I deleted a memory card, but it wouldn't work in my camera. Of course, I had to charge the batteries in the camera too. So I pulled together. In 30 minutes, I get everything I need to whatever. Drive up there. It's in Kutztown. So like an hour and change from where I live. I get out there. I don't even know where it is. I bring everything. I bring stands and all this shit. Come to find out, it's outside. And it's outside and cold. I'm lucky I came out there with a coat. Yeah. So, I do the best I can, but pretty soon my flashes wouldn't work, the strobes, so that was out. My video camera, which is old, man. My video camera is like 8 years old. It held me down. Out of all the stuff I had, it was probably the oldest, and it lasted the longest. But my DSLR, those batteries died. Boop, boop, dead. And my old 360 camera, it also died. Boop, boop. So I didn't really get much. I got as much as I can. And long story longer. So when I was editing things, it wasn't like how I'd want it, because I need to know the where and the when and all that. But Anyway, I showed my brother what I got. He's like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm like, what do you mean it's pretty good? Of course it's good. That's what I do. I work under pressure and I make shit happen. That's how they used to do me in Japan. Because what happens, they hired someone. They're gonna pay him $500. And they bailed on him the last moment. That's how it used to be in Japan. People are gonna do something and then they bail on them. So I get called up. And of course I show up and they're like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, of course, that's what I do. You should have called me first. But yeah, so that was that. But it was cool because I got a video clip that I took 20 years ago. Nah, 10, 15 years ago. I don't know when, because it's not timestamped, but it was a long time ago. And my nephew was like 5 or whenever Justin Bieber came out. I don't even know, it must have been around then, because he was singing, baby, 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 ooh. And he's all small and cute. And now at the fraternity thing, he's singing, oh, baby, baby, or something. So I want to blend them two together. But it was cool. And the other one that came up, and that's kind of how I ended up getting this, because when I got back to the house and looked at my old 360, there was a piece missing. And I was kind of upset. Plus the battery on the old one was like, I don't know, like 20 minutes, 30, 40, like it always seemed to die on me when I'm like in the middle of shit. Overheats. The low light's not the best, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a new one. Just like that. But because it gives that drone effect. Like right now, it kind of looks like I'm floating, right? But yeah. And this morning when I went to go see my dad, I'm like, now in the morning he wakes up, he turns the TV on, and turn the TV on. He turns it on, so I know he's up. Usually, you know. And then I came to the door and I could see he's like rustling about. So I knocked ever so gently on the door. Coop, coop, coop. Coop, coop. That's how the door sounds when I knock. Coop, coop, coop. And then my dad turns around like, that's why I don't see you in the morning. Because sometimes I'm like, good morning, but he's like snoring. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna wake you up. Cause I leave pretty early. I leave sometimes 5 a.m. Say, why do you leave 5 a.m.? Well, because I got shit to do in the morning, so I wake up early. So I don't wake him up on purpose. And he's like, that's why. No, that's not why. If I wanted you up, I would be like police bang, like boom, boom, boom. Put on music, walk over. Basically, all I'm really doing is seeing if he's still breathing. You say, oh, that's morbid. Yeah, it is. But that's just what it is. You know, my dad's 91. So I say, Dad. He doesn't hear me. I turn my camera light on to see if, and then I'm out. I leave a note saying, see you later. But yeah, today's like, that's why. Like, I don't like when people underestimate me, man. I do what I do. I don't do everything. I don't claim that one. The things that I do, like here's another one, right? We got a space heater. They got a little remote. We got an on, off, and then temperature up, down. And my dad would be like, turn the heater up if you know how to. What? I'm out here coding, right? AIing it, 360 in it, writing intricate lyrics. And I don't know how to turn on a space heater. But that's the life. That's the life I live. But anyway, that's just a test. We in 8K. Tell me if you could tell the difference of 8K. I guess you need a comparison. Or you're just gonna be like, what the hell? Why does it look so nice? Tomorrow we'll do the test with the microphones because that's when they will arrive. And then maybe the next day we'll try a car test. I figured out the mic situation. So my new wireless mics has a receiver that has 2 inputs that could be paired or separate. And if I put the music in one and then have the other one for my voice, and then use my headset, my headphones to wire into that because it got an output, it should work how I'm envisioning it. The only issue is maybe there's a delay. But if that works, oh my gosh, because each microphone has its own what is it? 24-bit? Nah, 32-bit floating. You say, what are you talking? You look, no, 32-bit floating. I don't know, 32-bit floating. I think that's just how it ends. Which means the dynamic range can go from, like, I could whisper, and then in my program, I could boost the signal, and it's gonna make it sound crisp. You're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I understand. But just know that it gives me a lot of control. And then each mic will record their own thing. Long story short, I'll have the video to audio, and then I could sync them all together. Now, in the time I've been doing this, like I just didn't know how to do it, and no one told me. So my videos would have been much better earlier, but I just didn't know how to do it. But now, it's kind of built into everything. It auto syncs all the audio. Plus, I know how to do it without it. So, yeah, it's gonna be popping. But yeah, that's my test. So let's see how that looks. And yeah, peace.